You are holding on to the need for a proof, a testimony, an authority. You still imagine that truth needs pointing at and telling you, look, here is truth. It is not so. Truth is not the result of an effort, the end of a road. It is here and now, in the very longing and the search for it. It is nearer than the mind and the body, nearer than the sense I am. You do not see it because you look too far away from yourself, outside your innermost being. You have objectified truth and insisted on your standard proofs and tests, which apply only to things and thoughts. The discovery of truth is in the discernment of the false. You can know what is not. What is, you can only be. Knowledge is relative to the known. In a way, it is the counterpart of ignorance. Where ignorance is not, where is the need of knowledge? By themselves, neither ignorance nor knowledge have being. They are only states of mind, which again is but an appearance of movement in consciousness, which is in its essence immutable. Do understand that the mind has its limits. To go beyond, you must consent to silence. Truth is not a reward for good behavior, nor a prize for passing some tests. It cannot be brought about. It is the primary, the unborn, the ancient source of all that is. You are eligible because you are. You need not merit truth. It is your own. Just stop running away by running after. Stand still. Be quiet. The body is made of food, as the mind is made of thoughts. See them as they are. Non-identification, when natural and spontaneous, is liberation. You need not know what you are, enough to know what you are not. What you are, you will never know, for every discovery reveals new dimensions to conquer. The unknown has no limits. What is the relation between the inner and the outer gurus? The outer represents the inner. The inner accepts the outer for a time. Whose is the effort? The disciples, of course. The outer guru gives the instructions. The inner sends the strength. The alert application is the disciples. Without will, intelligence, and energy on the part of the disciple, the outer guru is helpless. The inner guru bides his chance. Obtuseness and wrong pursuits bring about a crisis, and the disciple wakes up to his own plight. Wise is he who does not wait for a shock, which can be quite rude. Is it a threat? Not a threat, a warning. The inner guru is not committed to nonviolence. He can be quite violent at times, to the point of destroying the obtuse or perverted personality. Suffering and death, as life and happiness, are his tools of work. It is only in duality that nonviolence becomes the unifying law. Has one to be afraid of his own self? Not afraid, for the self means well, but it must be taken seriously. It calls for attention and obedience. When it is not listened to, it turns from persuasion to compulsion. For while it can wait, it shall not be denied. The difficulty lies not with the guru, inner or outer. The guru is always available. It is the ripe disciple that is lacking. When a person is not ready, what can be done? The outer and the inner self are both imagined. The obsession of being an I needs another obsession with a super I to get cured, as one needs another thorn to remove a thorn, or another poison to neutralize a poison. All assertion calls for a denial, but this is the first step only. The next is to go beyond both. Here you bring in the Sadguru, the inner guru, beginningless, changeless, the root of being, the standing promise, and the certain goal. Is he a concept or a reality? He is the only reality. All else is shadow, cast by the body-mind on the face of time. Of course, even a shadow is related to reality, but by itself, it is not real. When the shadow is seen to be a shadow only, you stop following it. You turn round and discover the sun, which was there all the time, behind your back. Does the inner guru also teach? He grants the conviction that you are the eternal, changeless reality, consciousness, love, within and beyond all appearances. It is like loving one's own child. Who can doubt it? What makes us progress? Silence is the main factor. In peace and silence, you grow. Trust the teacher. Take my own case. My guru ordered me to attend to the sense I am and to give attention to nothing else. I just obeyed. I did not follow any particular course of breathing or meditation or study of scriptures. Whatever happened, I would turn away my attention from it and remain with the sense I am. It may look too simple, even crude. My only reason for doing it was that my guru told me so. Yet, it worked. Obedience is a powerful solvent of all desires and fears. Just turn away from all that occupies the mind. Do whatever work you have to complete, but avoid new obligations. Keep empty. Keep available. Resist not what comes uninvited. In the end, you reach a state of non-grasping, of joyful non-attachment, of inner ease and freedom indescribable, yet wonderfully real. All happens by itself. Neither the seeker nor the guru do anything. Things happen as they happen. Blame or praise are apportioned later, after the sense of doership appearing. How strange! Surely the doer comes before the deed. It is the other way around. The deed is a fact, the doer a mere concept. Your very language shows that while the deed is certain, the doer is dubious. Shifting responsibility is a game peculiarly human. Considering the endless list of factors required for anything to happen, one can only admit that everything is responsible for everything, however remote. Doership is a myth, born from the illusion of me and mine. Things just happen to be as they are, but we want to build them into a pattern laid down by the structure of our language. So strong is this habit that we tend to deny reality to what cannot be verbalized. We just refuse to see that words are mere symbols related by convention and habit to repeated experiences. What is the value of spiritual books? They help in dispelling ignorance. They are useful in the beginning, but become a hindrance in the end. one must know when to discard them. What is the link between Atma and Sattva, between the self and the universal harmony? As between the sun and its rays, harmony and beauty, understanding and affection are all expressions of reality. It is reality in action, the impact of the spirit on matter. Tamas obscures, Rajas distorts, Sattva harmonizes. With the maturing of the Sattva, all desires and fears come to an end. The real being is reflected in the mind undistorted. Matter is redeemed, spirit revealed. The two are seen as one. They were always one, but the imperfect mind saw them as two. Perfection of the mind is the human task, for matter and spirit meet in the mind. Obedience is the golden rule. Freedom is won by obedience. To escape from prison, one must unquestioningly obey instructions sent by those who work for one's release. When time comes, faith comes. Everything comes in time. The Guru is always ready to share, but there are no takers. In the course of time, everything happens. All will come through. Not a single soul shall be lost. I understand these conversations are going to be published. What will be their effect on the reader? In the attentive and thoughtful reader, they will ripen and bring out flowers and fruits. Words based on truth, if fully tested, have their own power. There is the body. Inside the body, there appears to be an observer, and outside, a world under observation. The observer and his observation, as well as the world observed, appear and disappear together. Beyond it all, there is void. This void is one for all. I know myself as I am, timeless, spaceless, causeless. You happen not to know, being engrossed as you are in other things. Why am I so engrossed? Because you are interested. What makes me interested? Fear of pain, desire for pleasure. Pleasant is the ending of pain. and painful the end of pleasure. They just rotate in endless succession. Investigate the vicious circle till you find yourself beyond it. Don't I need your grace to take me beyond? The grace of your inner reality is timelessly with you. Your very asking for grace is a sign of it. Do not worry about my grace, but do what you are told. The doing is the proof of earnestness, not the expecting of grace. What am I to be earnest about? Assiduously investigate everything that crosses your field of attention. With practice, the field will broaden and investigation deepen until they become spontaneous and limitless. The timeless knows the time. The time does not know the timeless. All consciousness is in time, and to it the timeless appears unconscious. Yet it is what makes consciousness possible. Light shines in darkness. In light, darkness is not visible. Or you can put it the other way. In the endless ocean of light, clouds of consciousness appear, dark and limited, perceivable by contrast. These are mere attempts to express in words something very simple, yet altogether inexpressible. Words should serve as a bridge to cross over. Words refer to a state of mind, not to reality. The river, the two banks, the bridge across, these are all in the mind. Words alone cannot take you beyond the mind. There must be the immense longing for truth, or absolute faith in the Guru. Believe me, there is no goal nor a way to reach it. You are the way and the goal. There is nothing else to reach except yourself. All you need is to understand, and understanding is the flowering of the mind. The tree is perennial, but the flowering and the fruit-bearing come in season. The seasons change, but not the tree. You are the tree. You have grown numberless branches and leaves in the past, and you may grow them also in the future. Yet you remain. Not what was, nor shall be, must you know, but what is. Yours is the desire that creates the universe. Know the world as your own creation and be free. You are the maker of the world in which you live. You alone can change it or unmake it. When you know yourself as you are in reality, you know the world as yourself. If you stand aloof as observer only, you will not suffer. You will see the world as a show, a most entertaining show indeed. The cause of suffering is in the identification of the perceiver with the perceived. Out of it, desire is born, and with desire, blind action, unmindful of results. Look round, and you will see suffering is a man-made thing. Descriptions are many and contradictory. Reality is simple. All is one. Harmony is the eternal law. None compels to suffer. It is only when you try to describe and explain that the words fail you. I remember Gandhiji telling me once that the self is not bound by the law of nonviolence. The self has the freedom to impose suffering on its expressions in order to set them right. On the level of duality, it may be so. But in reality, there is only the source. Darken itself, making everything shine. Unperceived, it causes perception. Unfelt, it causes feeling. Unthinkable, it causes thought. Non-being, it gives birth to being. It is the immovable background of motion. Once you are there, you are at home everywhere. If I am that, then what causes me to be born? The memory of the unfulfilled desires traps energy, which manifests itself as a person. When its charge gets exhausted, the person dies. Unfulfilled desires are carried over into the next birth. Self-identification with the body creates ever-fresh desires and There is no end to them. Unless this mechanism of bondage is clearly seen, it is clarity that is liberating, for you cannot abandon desire unless its causes and effects are clearly seen. I do not say that the same person is reborn. It dies, and dies for good. But its memories remain, and their desires and fears. They supply the energy for a new person. The real takes no part in it, but makes it possible by giving it the light.